Hello, gamers, and welcome to a gaming news video here as we are going to finally take a look. Well, we're going to have an opportunity to take a look at the announcements from this year's Gamescom because, well, Gamescom happened yesterday, the opening night live happened, and there was some big stuff coming out of Gamescom's showcase last night. If you happen to have watched my live stream, then you were the, well, I would imagine some people have got their drops because I know I didn't. I think most people missed out because it said you had to be there for 30 minutes or yeah, I think most people were there for a short amount of time just to see what was going on and stuff. But that's okay. I mean, to be fair, it was Warframe. I mean, if it was a better Twitch drop, then I think it would have. I mean, if it was something for like, I don't know, Fortnite or something like that, I think you would have got a little bit more interest in the Twitch drops a little bit. I think that's the reason why, is because probably because of the fact that not many people play Warframe, as not many of my friends play Warframe, so that's probably explains why. But nevertheless, if you did get it, hopefully you're enjoying it. Now, in terms of the reveals, well, we might as well start off with the big fish and the elephant in the room, and that is that Gearbox have finally announced Borderlands 4. It's finally, my gosh, Borderlands 4 is finally happening. We're finally getting a fourth installment of Borderlands. This is a game that has been heavily rumored in the last year, and in fact, it's been heavily talked about this year alone, specifically because of the fact that there was a lot of talks about when no, not Bungie, but when will Gearbox finally talk about Borderlands 4? When is this reveal going to start happening? And also considering the fact that I did kind of mention that there was a lot of, yeah, not many people were very happy with the Borderlands film recently because it was very, yeah, a lot of people believe it was very bland from the way it was presented. And because of that heat from the movie, and because of not people are not very happy about the movie, I mean, it had to make sense that they had to do something, give some Borderlands fans some hope that something good is coming. And Borderlands 4, I believe, it might very well be that good. Maybe the movie might not have succeeded, but at least Borderlands 4 has the willpower to essentially succeed. Because, I mean, Borderlands fans always know that whenever a new game comes out, something good is about to happen. And the best thing is, Borderlands 4 will be arriving in 2025. So, yes, in 2025, Borderlands 4 will finally happen. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy to think that Borderlands 4 is coming next year, and we've only just got a CGI trailer, and that's the teaser. That's about it. So I would imagine we're probably not going to. I mean, there might be a possibility we might see some gameplay at Game Awards, maybe. Otherwise, we're probably looking at possibly early next year, at least, until we hear more from Gearbox regarding Borderlands 4. But I think it would be really cool though to see something by December, but I don't know if they're going to go that far to actually release anything just before Christmas, knowing that they probably might have some plans right at the top of next year just to reveal gameplay alone. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I would be very interested to see if Gearbox does plan to reveal gameplay by the end of the year. If not, then it's probably going to be early next year when we'll see more of Borderlands 4. But we'll fingers crossed some more details will come regarding Borderlands 4. I think there's a little bit of a tease of a description, which we'll probably talk about in the next gaming news video, because that's all we seem to have at this time. We'll see. We'll see if we can hopefully get more details about this game by the end of the year. Maybe at Game Awards, we'll find out exactly maybe more about Borderlands 4 then, potentially, if we're lucky. So that is so yeah, that was the first big shocker, was Borderlands 4. I'm sure a lot of Borderlands fans are going to be very happy, and I know that even Rotten Bunny's going to be very happy to know that there's a fourth Borderlands in the works. I've yet to show her the trailer because she's currently streaming. I'll show her, don't worry. The next big talk was Black Ops 6. Call of Duty, of course. They showed off a campaign mission known as Most Wanted. This is one of the missions that will be featured in Black Ops 6, and it does look very cool. There's a lot of camera work going on, a lot of explosions, that like quick action type of thing is happening in this mission, and there's a lot of that. Trust me. But yeah, it was mainly just a little bit of a playthrough on this mission and then showing some clips at the end with the beta dates at the end, because we all know the beta is actually going to be launching next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, because next week is going to be the Call of Duty Next event. So obviously next week they're going to be having some more reveals of Black Ops 6 where they're going to show off Liberty Falls Zombies, as well as the first proper playthrough of multiplayer, when all the creators are going to be playing multiplayer next week, and then we're going to get the opportunity to play next weekend, which I'm sure that's going to be a blast when that happens. Cannot wait to play Black Ops 6 and try out the Omni movement system. It's going to be so much fun to try that out next weekend, knowing that I'm going to have my first weekend to try this stuff out through the early access beta weekend that will kick off next week. And that's when the beta begins for Black Ops 6, which I'll be very intrigued for those who, if any of my friends are playing, because maybe we can play as well. Maybe that might be really cool. That's pretty cool. We got a little bit of a glimpse of world premiere of a campaign gameplay of Black Ops 6 shown off to people, which would be great. And then on top of that, we got a probably a lot of people are saying the most baffling trailer of the evening, probably the most funniest trailer I've seen. The way that they presented it. So just picture this, right? So picture yourself watching a trailer like this that takes place in a prison. You see all these elements of past video games, like the way that the menu screen, our character screen used to look for classic GTA, with the mini map on the bottom and the stars at the bottom on the top, which is very reminiscent of GTA. And then you have the whole people with weird, characters with weird face coverings and bitrate faces that were very reminiscent of the PlayStation 1 days. And then they show elements of um, character glitching all over the place, which is very reminiscent to the days when games used to lag out. And you would see your character looking all funny when it lags. That was a thing in many games in the past. But yeah, all of this was essentially, and then eventually it comes to the end and we see a goat, because this trailer was essentially for Goat Simulator Remastered. That is probably the most funniest and probably baffling trailer that I think a lot of people are going to just say is the most baffling trailer of the year for any game. I just thought it was really hilarious how Goat Simulator had put all these elements in this trailer to make you think it was another game, and then all of a sudden it was Goat Simulator the entire time. Yeah, it still gets you when you see those elements. You're thinking, yeah, this can't be Goat Simulator. This is another game. No, it is Goat Simulator because it shows a goat at the end. They tricked us. Those devs bloody tricked us with this one. So, yeah, they really got us thinking. They really did. A very baffling trailer indeed for Goat Simulator Remaster. It's coming out later this year. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be turned away now because of what they've done here. I mean, it is just funny how they presented it that way. And then, of course, we got another major announcement, and that is regarding Dying Light. Now, originally, there was meant to be a second DLC for Dying Light 2. Well, it turns out that that's not the case anymore, because it's been confirmed that this game is going to be its own thing. It's going to be its own standalone game called Dying Light the Beast, a brand new game set in the Dying Light universe, another spooky first-person ending with obviously zombies and nasty beasts, etc. Apparently, there's going to be over 20 hours of things to do, new regions in the Dying Light universe as well, with no date was given, but it's likely to be probably 2025 or 2026 at least. So we will see what happens. But either way, this is a brand new Dying Light game that's been created out of the ashes of a second DLC that Dying Light 2 was meant to get at the very end of this year. So it's pretty crazy that they went out of their way to make a standalone game out of what would have been a DLC. Anyway, now the next trailer we get is a game that is probably going to very probably going to be dominating Steam in the next few days, and that is Black Myth Wonka. Yes, you may have heard in many articles in the last few since yesterday that Black Myth Wonka has become probably the biggest game on Steam right now. And I'm not kidding. They're getting a large amount of players on this game since its release, and they released the launch trailer yesterday. And man, the hype for this game has been surreal on Steam. I'm not sure what it's like on PlayStation because they haven't obviously we'll never know what the PlayStation count is, but I would imagine it's pretty hype over there as well. But man, this game's getting a lot of praise by a lot of streamers right now. So yeah, don't be surprised if a streamer you know is playing this game because it's getting praised like crazy right now, and it's probably going to be a talked about game by the end of the weekend. I think a lot of people are going to be playing it by the weekend because of how much hype this game's getting. So it's spreading fast. Trust me. It's only just come out, but man, it's getting the hype right now. So yeah, Black Myth Wonka just came out yesterday. It's getting a lot of praise since its release. And then we had Dragon Ball Sparking Zero that comes out 11th of October, 50 days from now, of course. And they showed off some more gameplay of this new Dragon Ball title for those to get for those looking forward to that. Then they showed off a very bizarre looking game called Kingdom Beats, which is Amazon Games does Fall Guys. Yep, this is Amazon Games' take on like a Fall Guys style game where the actual guys who are making the game is actually from the UK. The company's called Glow Made. Obviously, they're working with Amazon on publishing duties, and yeah, they've decided to make a Kingdom Beats, which you can see a lack of Sackboy as well, and they, truly alive characters in a co-op party game. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a hit because some people like party games from time to time, and usually it's something to play with friends with and stuff. So I'm sure it'll be a massive hit when it comes out in the near future. Then, of course, we come to the first look at No Room in Hell 2, which is a sequel to the No Room is Hell. That's finally getting new areas to explore, of course, and it comes to early access this Halloween on Steam. So if you're on Steam, you'll have a chance to play it during Halloween season, and then we'll see if it happens to come on console because maybe it will. We'll see, but it's going to be interesting to see if it will finally get a console release. I would imagine it will eventually because it's going to need to come on other platforms eventually. So no Room in Hell 2 to Steam this Halloween. And then another game that's shown off was obviously another game, the next game from the guys making the finals, the Arc Raiders. It's a team shooter that's been a long time coming, and they are saying it's going to be it's no longer going to be free to play now. It's going to be coming in 2025, and the play tests are going to be happening this autumn. So in the next month or so, we're going to have a chance to try out Art Raiders, which is a game that will be fully released in 2025, and it will no longer be free to play when it releases. So you're going to have to pay for this game. Just keep that in mind. Then we had another little bit of a trailer for Warhammer Space Marine 2. This is coming out in just a few weeks next month in September. So we're only a few weeks out from Space Marines 2 from Warhammer as it makes its debut on Game Pass as well as PlayStation, etc. If you want to check out this Warhammer title. And then of course we come to the next big reveal, which was Do Awaken, which is based on obviously the big movie franchise that got its sequel earlier this year. This is an MMO that's been highly anticipated. We were going to get a look at this. And we got a look at a lot of things like character creation, sandworms, the desert of Ascron, which is the location where the film is set. And then we have Vara Point's stakeout bases, lots of gadgets to use, making water from enemies' blood. Yep, that's a thing in order to survive. That's crazy to me that you can make you make water out of enemies' blood now. Yeah, it's just some crazy stuff, and it's all coming to Steam in early 2025. But again, no console release date yet for Do Awaken. So it looks like the console version of the game is probably not going to come out until probably later in 2025, which sucks because it means we're going to miss out on the launch of this game for a bit, which yeah, it's really unfortunate that console players keep missing out on big launches like this sometimes, and it sucks. I hope this changes because it's not fair on us that we have to miss out on big releases like Dune Awaken or content warning, that sort of thing. Can we at least join in on the fun sometimes? You know, at least feel like we're a part of the conversation. Be really, really nice. Then we come to some big news. If you're an Xbox player and you wanted to play Genshin Impact, well, your day will come because Xbox players are going to be able to join in the Genshin Impact atmosphere beginning the 20th of November. And the good news is it's coming to Xbox Game Pass as well, because they're going to have benefits for Xbox Game Pass that will tie into Genshin Impact, which means the game itself will join Xbox Game Pass on the 20th of November. So if you've got a Game Pass membership, you're going to be able to get benefits for playing Genshin Impact. Even though it's free to play, it joins Game Pass as well. So it's, yeah, so this is another Game Pass release to look forward to this November. The fact that Genshin Impact finally joins Xbox and Xbox players can finally experience this game. Then we had another look at Monster Hunter Wilds, which is, yeah, there was a lot shown for this game, of course. They show a lot of creatures, a lot of environments and stuff, but still no release date. It still says 2025, nothing but 2025. So I'm taking it that we're gonna have to wait until Game Awards until we know what is happening with until we find out what the heck is happening regarding the release date for Monster Hunter Wilds, because I'm starting to think we're not going to have a release date now until Game Awards, which is a bit weird why they would leave it till December to tell us a date. Guess that's what's happening here, because I thought they were going to go all out and tell us the date here. Looks like we're waiting until Game Awards, ladies and gentlemen, until we actually know what the hell's going on with its release date. They don't seem to know themselves, which is strange. Then we come back to some more Xbox news where we finally got some details about Starfield. Obviously, they're finally adding the vehicles as part of a free app, which is now live in Starfield. And of course, the date for Shattered Space will be the 30th of September 2024. So yes, on the 30th of September 2024, you will get Starfield Shattered Space. That is when you're going to be able to Starfield as new expansion if you're looking to check that out. Then we come to Marvel Rivals, which is a game that's obviously Marvel in an Overwatch world, which is what's been described by a lot of players. The game itself has finally got a release date. It's coming on the 6th of December. And the best thing is that all heroes will be unlockable and it's going to be free to play. Going forward, it's going to be a free to play game. So, yeah, it's going to be a free to play game with all heroes unlocked and even and beyond. So there'll be more heroes added that will be unlocked for free to all players who play Marvel Arrivals, which is pretty nice. So that will be something to look forward to in December if you're a Marvel fan. Then we have, then we come to this sort of video game themed anthology TV series from the creators behind Love and Robots. They're doing a series called Secret Level, where they're going to be releasing that on the 11th of December this year on Amazon Prime, where they're going to feature characters from big games like God of War. Concord's going to be featured, which is a new franchise for PlayStation, as well as many other gaming characters that will join the series this December, which is going to be crazy. So yeah, so that's another video game related series that's getting a release on Amazon. And then we had a rename for Delta Force Hawk Ops. So Delta Force used to be under the name of Delta Force Hawk Ops, but now they've renamed themselves to be called Delta Force. And the game itself will be releasing in early access October to December this year. Well, it's going to be a part of Steam's Next Fest in October, which is like an alternative Call of Duty shooter banger, of course. And yeah, apparently it's going to be in early access sometime in October, December. So I'm starting to think it will be an early access for console. I mean, they keep saying Steam at the moment, so no proper dates for console early access yet. But unless I'm wrong that they're referring to console, but from my understanding, it kind of said Steam. So I think they're referring specifically to PC rather than console, but maybe they'll finally do some tests on console later this year, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose, what happens with Delta Force. And then Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We know this game comes out on the 11th of February because they recently delayed it as part of the news recently that, yeah, the game got delayed into February. But there is going to be a full gameplay premiere coming later today for those who want to see some more gameplay of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So you can definitely expect some more details about the game through the gameplay aspects. Then we had another trailer for Little Nightmares 3, which is obviously it's a friendship trailer, but they're getting things ready for that game's release next year. Well, hopefully next year, even though we haven't had an actual release date for Little Nightmares 3. Diablo 4, The Vessels of Hatred, the new DLC that's coming out on the 8th of October. So yeah, 8th of October, you'll be able to enjoy Vessels of Hatred from Diablo 4, which is your first opportunity to get ready for the new mechanics that are coming to Diablo, get us ready for the big changes that are coming to that game. Then we finally come to Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, which we got some big news about this. We finally got more gameplay of this, obviously. And the cool thing is that the news that the game is going to be coming out on the 9th of December on Xbox consoles, Game Pass, and of course on Xbox Game Pass, and also on PC. Then in spring 2025, PS5 players will be able to play. So yes, if you're a PlayStation player, you will get to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle in spring next year. So yeah, get ready in spring 2025 if you want to play Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PlayStation system. To be big. Then finally, to close out the show, we had a brand new reveal from Hangar 13 within 2K. They finally gave us some details regarding the fact that they are working on a brand new Mafia game, The Old Country, that is getting that finally got announced during the game during Gamescom. But they have promised they will be showing more of the game in December at the Game Awards. So yes, in December at the Game Awards, we will see more of this new Mafia game. I'll be very intrigued to see how that goes. The Mafia game that finally gets a further reveal at the Game Awards this year, which, by the way, the Game Awards this year takes place on the 12th of December. That is the day we're going to find out who is Game of the Year for 2024. And of course, we now know is when we're going to find out more about Mafia, The Old Country, the brand new Mafia game from 2K and Hangar 13. Gonna be interesting to see what happens with this new Mafia game, considering it's been a little while since the last Mafia game, so we'll see if they are going to pull out all the stops. Should be, but yeah, it's definitely a hint of things to come for Game Awards. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other surprises at the Game Awards this year. I'm hoping we're going to get more reveals for GTA 6 around that time as well. Fingers crossed. Nevertheless, I am very, very excited to see what happens. So yeah, that is what we've got to look forward to in terms of some releases, really. So the big ones really are Indiana Jones, set for December, pretty much as the rumors have said that it's going to be in December. We're going to enjoy the new Indiana Jones game. Borderlands 4 has finally got announced, which means that there is hopefully, that we're going to see some gameplay reveals for this game in December at the Game Awards. Hopefully we will. And then we've got Black Ops 6, which will likely we know that they're going to have they've got the release in October. They've got a beta coming up next week, and then they're probably going to reveal some stuff about season 1 and some stuff that they're adding to Black Ops 6 in December potentially. And then yeah, we got a brand new Dying Light the Beast that's coming. Black Myth Wonka's becoming a massive success. Most this event was going crazy on Twitch, literally. And then we come to the fact that Art Raiders is going to be we're going to be able to in the autumn ready for a 2025 release. Obviously, the guys who made the finals are going to be working on this release when it comes out. And then we found out that, of course, Starfield Space Shattered Space comes out on the 30th of September. So that's when we're going to be able to enjoy the new expansion for Starfield and see if it lives up to the hype. Marvel the Rivals also comes out in December, and that'll be free to play with all heroes unlocked. And then we have Delta Force hopefully coming at the end of the year for hopefully for us console players, which would be nice. So yeah, so far so good for Gamescom. I think they've opened up nicely. But mind you, Xbox have said they've got more surprises to come because they are going to be probably doing some reveals during their Gamescom streams, which are going to be starting at 2 p.m. this afternoon UK time. If you're looking to tune in to see what announcements Xbox are planning for their shows at Gamescom, chances are they're probably going to be announcing some stuff for Game Pass. Mostly Game Pass, considering Game Pass needs some more content for the later this year. So chances are we're going to be hearing more details about some upcoming releases for Xbox Game Pass that will certainly be worth checking out over the next few months. So hopefully we're going to have some cool games on the way for Game Pass. Maybe even some more news about Activision releases, or maybe older CODs finally come to Game Pass next month. That would be really cool if they do that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll get you all in the my gaming news update when we'll discuss a little bit further of some other games that discuss further about some games that had been revealed at Gamescom that will be worth discussing further. So